Hey guys, what is going on? It is DaBoki here once again, and it's time for another Maple Monday. It is November 5th, 2012, and another week we are starting. So I hope you guys are having a fabulous Monday today, and I hope you guys are going to have a fabulous week as well. Just got off of school, and I'm super tired right now, but other than that, I got the case of the Mondays. Well, Maple Story, not too much stuff is happening. KMS is staying pretty quiet also. All that's happening is just pretty much some holiday events as well as some small little updates and patches, but nothing too huge or big. For GMS, we're still in our Halloween events. Gonna be coming to Thanksgiving pretty soon, but I've been watching a lot of your guys' funny videos on your beauty coupon runs. I was enjoying that greatly. If you guys don't know what the beauty coupons are, it's the thing that changes your look randomly, and they're dropping from mobs all around Maple Story right now in GMS because, well, I guess that's what you want to do for Halloween. Yeah, so really, nothing is happening on Maple Story right now. No new updates, no new events. Not really anything new. So, you know, at these times of stages, when I'm trying to make Maple Mondays, it's actually quite difficult. So what I like to do, I guess sometimes, when there's nothing really happening on Maple Story, I do enjoy to go to the Maple Story community and see if there's anything happening there. Now, when I say going to the Maple Story community, I mean checking Basil Market, checking Sleepywood, going through some YouTube videos of Maple Story, and just seeing, you know, hey, what's up? What are you guys up to? What are you guys all gossiping about, like Gossip Girls? Drama! I was on Basil Market, and just kind of like looking around, skedaddling, searching through the forum posts, overpowered classes, rate the person above you, quitting Maple Story, hot or not, am I beautiful, best NX clothes, price check on items, Nexon sucks, how do I know if someone's playing Maple Story? So you guys kind of get the idea. I've been going through some forum posts, and you know, I do check them a lot, and I do enjoy to go through them and just kind of read. I don't really reply to any of them, I just like to stalk and be a creeper that way, but you know, that's I enjoy it. So anyways, I came upon a few of interesting forum posts, and I thought I'd go ahead and share them with you. They're kind of downers and they're kind of depressing, but you know, I don't want to just read a price check on 12% Dex earrings, which is probably pretty helpful, but not really because they're always changing. The prices are fluctuating like crazy. But what I do want to know is this one forum post that I found. It was written by someone named 3Mo Raccoon. Slick black. He's wearing a top hat with an eye patch, and he's holding a huge lantern. But anyways, he says, "Excuse me, Basil Market. Why do people use this game as an escape from reality?" You know, when I come upon these forum posts like this, you know, when people are kind of, I would say, complaining a little bit why things are going the way they are, it makes me a little bit interested. What went through that person's head to type this forum post out? Now this guy, he says they treat this game as though it's real life, spending money equivalent to a used car on a weapon, a chair, or even a hat. Non-tangible. Some people even justify their addiction by saying they make money off of this game. I guess that's like saying this video game, this home within your abdobe, it's your job. The thing you make your living off of. It just astounds me. So why am I making this thread? I'm just confused and need an answer. Well, 3Mo Raccoon, I guess I will try to answer your thread post here, as well as you guys can too. Dear 3Mo Raccoon, you know, I'm not really sure how to answer this question. It's kind of interesting that he brings this up. Why do people use this game as an escape from reality? In reality, everyone does need something to have as their escape from reality. You know, what is reality? Well, everything we do is reality, believe it or not. Whether you're playing a game, whether you're sleeping, whether you're dreaming. Oh, wait a second, dreaming's not really reality, but when you dream, it is a reality that you dream, right? It's you're sleeping, and it just happens that way. It's nature, it's natural. So it's interesting that he brings this up, because why do people use this game as an escape from reality? Well, I think this game helps cope with reality. Now, we all have different ways to deal with this reality. Reality's tough, you know? Well, what is reality? And then sometimes it's a little bit harder for others than it is for you. For me. So, I mean, everyone has a different place. Everyone's at a different stage in their life, you know? No one knows what everyone's going through, you know what I mean? So it's really interesting that people try to judge each other by saying, hey, you know, why are you escaping? You know, this kind of ties in a little bit with my Chaos Zakum story. I don't know if you guys remember that. I mean, it was a while ago, but I was talking a little bit how I met Tammy on MapleStory, and I was talking a little bit about people's attitude on the game. A little bit about how people act on the game. A lot of people, they try to act differently. They try to act tougher, you know, especially when they get behind this keyboard, right? The famous 200 attack keyboard. Black Widow, by the way. I know some of you guys are gonna probably wonder what kind of keyboard I'm using. People type such crazy things when they get behind this keyboard. And I think, you know, it's kind of interesting that when someone says, why do you use this game to escape reality? Well, I think you should, like I said, bring your own personal self into the game. I think there's a line that you can draw between trying to act like someone else while you're playing the game and if you just act like yourself. I mean, people play games to have fun. That's what the game is for, is to have fun, to, yes, escape reality, to maybe take your mind off of those other stressful things that are happening in your life. Like I said, everyone is different. They have different ways to cope with it. Some people like to run, some people like to eat, some people like to sleep, some people like to fold clothes. But for you, well, hopefully you, since you're watching my videos, and I love to play video games. I think that's just a great way for me to have some fun, take my mind off of things. And he brings up the point when, like, spending money equivalent to a used car. Spending a lot of money on a video game, like, yes, you know, it could get kind of excessive. It kind of gets a little bit unnecessary, if I may say. You know, there's a lot of talk on these forum posts that I read, just like when someone smegas something, someone, especially MapleStory, or someone has a really cool item or a lot of NX, you know, they're like, oh man, you have no life, man. You just spend all your money on MapleStory. I think people should be able to spend the money the way they would like to. You know, if it's their money, they can spend it how they want. You know, it was funny because Tammy and I were having this conversation before, you know, a little bit on spending money, right? So, okay, so I want to go ahead and just bring this up a little bit because this is a huge problem, right? NX spending. People spending money on NX. Tammy loves to buy clothes. She buys clothes, she loves to buy food, shoes, all that kind of good stuff. Fashion apparel. For me, no. You know, I don't really buy clothes. I don't buy clothes at all. What I spend my money on is electronics. You know, I love electronics. You know, new microphone, camera, mouse, dual monitors, TV, Xbox, movies, games. I mean, this is what I like to spend my money on. So yeah, I mean, Tammy would not want any of that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? She doesn't need that kind of stuff. Why would she need a huge keyboard, you know what I mean? I mean, people like to spend money on different things. And like that being said, you know, I don't know if this relates to anything about the forum post. Apparently it bothers this man, this gentleman. I'm guessing it's a gentleman because he's wearing a top hat. But it bothers this man because people are spending a lot of money on video games, on especially MapleStory, a free-to-play, where it's 2D pixels, you know, a lot of people say that. I'm just wondering, I'm confused on why it's bothering him, and I'm confused why it's making him confused. But as long as you have a balance, as long as you have an understanding and self-control, I think that is the most important part. Especially when you're playing a game, especially when there's no limit on how much you can spend money-wise. Self-control is very important. Anyways, guys, I'll go ahead and post this forum post in the description below. You guys can go ahead and check it out and put your thoughts on it, I guess. But I hope you guys enjoyed this Maple Monday. I know it's kind of a weird one. It's one of those ones that, well, nothing's really happening in MapleStory, so I hope you guys don't mind these little filler episodes, and have a great Monday, guys. Like always, thank you so much for watching. This has been DaBoki, and we'll be seeing you guys later.